dream it if you could not achieve it. I'm going to repeat that. You would not be able to dream it if you could not achieve it. God, the universe, higher beings, all of that. We do not get downloads that we cannot.
She was very encouraging, very inspiring, and she actually motivated me. She was so authentic and very personable, and it really made me feel like I relate to her story. What am I inspired to be? Just the best version of myself.
You are listening to Unleash the Podcast, revolutionizing the way women grow, work, live, and lead. Engaging interviews, insightful book reviews, and timeless gems to aid the modern woman in excelling personally and professionally. Hosted by the multi-passionate Tabitha D. James, Unleash the Podcast not only empowers listeners, but also equips them with applicable action-based resources for daily life.
Hey y'all, checking in with this week's Timeless Gem. So it's the new year if you're listening to this in real time, and I know there's a lot of talk about it being 2020 and having 2020 vision and planning through 2020 and thinking about 2020 and all those things as it relates to just a new year, a new decade, all of that. So I don't want you to feel rushed. I don't want you to feel pressured, and I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I want you to really take your time and work on your own self. Your own self. You. I want you to take the time to make plans and goals and visions. I want you to take the time to look at your life, your circle, your finances, all of that. And I want you to do it at your own pace. For some of us, we start our new year with our birthday, or we start our new year or our job anniversary, or we start our new year whenever. So don't feel pressured by that beginning of the year push. However, on the reverse of that, I don't want you to keep putting off dealing with the things, right? Oftentimes when we think about setting goals, or we think about our finances, or we think about our career, we often get intimidated by the fact that we may or may not be exactly where we want to be. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. Let that be your inspiration to dive into it and get it done. Let that be your inspiration to find the connections that can continually push you to be the person that you want to be in this world. Allow that to be the motivation to get down to business. So whether you are an entrepreneur, you're a student, you are learning and growing in your career, whatever it is for you, even if you're checking in from the retirement spectrum of life, think about what it is that you want your day-to-day to look like. Think about what it is that you want your account to look like. Think about what it is that you want your resume or CV to look like, and set your intention based on those big goals. Just because your goals seem big and they seem way out there, that does not mean they aren't attainable. You would not be able to dream it if you could not achieve it. I'm going to repeat that. You would not be able to dream it if you could not achieve it. God, the universe, higher beings, all of that. We do not get downloads that we cannot open. Okay? We don't get corrupted files. All the downloads that we get have been scanned and checked for defects. Now, what does happen is we may not have ease of access to get to them. It may not be as easy as we want it to be, and it may not happen overnight. Anything worth having is going to take time. You're going to need to build solid foundation. You're going to need to go through some things so that when you get to the place that you want to be, you're equipped, ready, and just all the way charged up for the challenges and changes that are going to come with who it is that you want to be, or that come with having what it is that you want to have. So let's just be clear there. That's how the journey of life works. Life is not a destination, it is a journey. And so when you look at it as a journey, that is how you can look at every day as being a small part of the larger vision. Every single day, wake up and choose you. Every single day, look at that goals list if you have to. Every single day, remind yourself that you're one step closer to where you want to be. Every single day, remind yourself that it is important to invest in positive environments. Remind yourself that it is important to take time for yourself and care for yourself and love on yourself and be your biggest cheerleader. Remind yourself of that. And back to that planning and goal setting and diving deep, take time to do that. Don't rush that process. Even if you go to like a vision board party or something and you get something done and you get it on paper, but you feel like you need to do some more deep diving, give yourself permission to do that, okay? I love that you listen to my podcast and others. I love that you check in the videos and all these other things. But until you actually do the work and apply the things that you're hearing, it's kind of pointless, okay? Listening to the things, reading the books, looking at the videos, all of that combined is great. And it can help. It is an aid, but it's essentially just like going to school but not applying the knowledge, right? Or going to church, hearing the sermon, and then not using what you get to be a vessel for God in the community or in the world. So listening to all of these things and getting all of this quote unquote inspiration isn't it. You have to tap into the things so that it can be transformational in your whole entire life space. Okay, so grab your pen, grab your paper, grab your phone, grab your iPad, grab whatever, and begin to do the work. Set your plan, set small goals that work into the larger vision. Be confident in what it is that you're doing and watch what can happen. Watch what can happen. All the amazing people that we look up to, all the greats, whether they're in our industry or they're in entertainment or whatever it is that's in your wheelhouse, and you look up to these people and you think they're amazing, what do you think they did to get there? What do you think that they all have in common? There was some challenge, there was some change, there was some planning, there were some intentional connections. There are some common things that come along with success. So plan for yours, okay? So we're getting off of this. That's the timeless gem for this week. I want you to dive deep, but I don't want you to be pressured. I want you to take your time. I want you to really, really focus, because 2020 can be your year. It can be my year. It can be our year. Every year should be our year. But we have to be intentional. We have to work on the plan, and we have to push past those fears. I was on a discovery call recently. I call my discovery calls Talks with Tab. So those are 30-minute calls that I have with potential clients or people who are looking for accountability partners or people who just need to brain dump a little bit. And from there, maybe they book to work with me, or from there they find someone else that they can work with, or from there they're just inspired to get prepared to be able to work with a coach or something like that. And so I was on a call, and a young lady asked me for some just personal experience type things. And I dove deep and told her how I have to choose myself every single day, right? And she's like, what do you mean, Tab, by choosing yourself? I have to choose me no matter what, because if I don't choose me and I get consumed in choosing others and allowing other people's narratives to lead my life or to influence my life, things just get haywire, right? I've learned to say no to things that do not align with me, even if they're great opportunities. I've learned that everyone won't like me. I've learned that I won't like everyone. And I've learned that I can set standards and hold myself to them, and it does not matter how anyone else feels about that. And that was really hard for me. I used to be a people pleaser. And so as a recovering people pleaser and a recovering perfectionist, I've learned, A, done is better than perfect, and B, I play best when I play with winners. And I learned that, or I knew that, but I learned how to say that from a podcast recently that Malik did. I play best with winners. And if I'm on your team, or if it's a work environment that I'm not in control of, then I have to adapt and adjust to what is presented to me. But if it's my team and I'm leading it, I get to make some decisions, or if I'm paying or whatever, I get to make some decisions, and I can set those standards the way I want and hold to them. Because I play best when I'm playing with winners. Not playing not to lose, but playing to win, okay? There's no competition except the person I was yesterday, but the person I was yesterday was amazing. So that's a lot of competition, okay? So that's what planning and preparing looks like for me. Setting myself up for greatness and choosing myself each and every day. So don't get intimidated by the new year, the new me, the 2020 vision, any of that. Get intimidated by the fact that if you don't choose you today, if you don't plan for your life, if you don't set intentions, you're just going to have to live with whatever you end up with. And is that what you want? Ask yourself, do you just want to live with the dusty leftovers or whatever it is that life throws at you because you failed to plan? Is that what you want? Or do you want to live the life that you chose to create? Ask yourself. All right, until next time, catch you later. Be sure to connect with me on the online space, rate, review, and share this podcast, and choose yourself every single day.